A year ago, Ohio women's basketball finished their season with just 6 wins. But this year, with the addition of several freshmen, the Bobcats have surpassed that win total in just 17 games. For freshman forward Hannah Bosinger, that success is due in part to her ability to connect with her teammates both on and off the court, especially her roommate, Yamani Jenkins.
It's really important for us to have a good relationship because I look to her as a leader on the court, even though she's a freshman as well. She's still our point guard, so I still really look up to her in that way. And I think we're pretty close off the court, and I think on the court that kind of translates because I respect her as a player and a person.
As both teammates and roommates, the freshmen have had plenty of time to bond outside of basketball as well.
We just really pretty much chill, watch movies, watch Netflix, or sometimes we'll talk about things like going to parties, boys, things like that.
With 4 of the freshmen being from the Columbus area, that bond began even before becoming a Bobcat.
We're really pretty close for the most part because a lot of us are from the same area. We're all from Ohio, and 4 out of 6 of us are from Columbus, so we've seen each other, we've known each other for a long time, so it's kind of like a hometown kind of relationship. We're all from the same place, so it's really cool.
Not all of the freshmen were recruited by first-year head coach Bob Bolden, but he believes it's best to look at the team as a whole rather than 2 separate recruiting classes.
I think anytime you take a job, the team becomes your team, whether you recruited them or not. I didn't recruit any of the sophomores or juniors or seniors either, and they're all part of this team, and I happen to be the coach at this moment. So, I think you just look at it that way, that we're all part of the same team now.
Averaging at least 20 minutes per game each, this group of freshmen has stepped up into leadership roles they never imagined, especially at such an early stage of their career.
When I first got here, I didn't really have that high of expectations right off the bat. I knew I had a lot of work to do, and starting, I never could even imagine starting as a freshman. If you would have told me I'd be starting, I probably would have laughed just because I just never could have imagined it, and I think it's just kind of like a dream for every freshman athlete to be starting.
Some people say that I'm more of a leader by example and not by voice because I'm a very shy person, so I don't talk as much. So it's been kind of really difficult to really be that leadership on the team, only being a freshman and being my first year and having to and that's expected from us because there's 6 of us compared to 2 of them.
Lampkins may statistically be the best freshman on the court, averaging 11 points and 5 rebounds per game, but the rest of her classmates, along with the 3 sophomores, have definitely aided the Bobcats' success as well.
Start with Monty. Monty, she's our point guard, so she has to be a really big leader. That's probably her biggest role, just being a vocal leader and also on the court making the right plays all the time. Kiki, she's amazing. She's definitely one of the best players. She's so quick, and I think that's her biggest thing, just offense and defense. We all look to her to make huge plays and score points and get steals. Destiny, and she's been just such a strong post player, and everything she does, it's just so solid. She's solid game in and game out. We look to her to score and rebound and just do everything that you would expect from a starting post player to do.
Despite being only 17 games into their first season together, Bolden and his players are very optimistic about the seasons to come and the future of the program.
I think this freshman class is the future of this program. I think the success that this program has or doesn't have will be largely based on the success that this freshman class has or doesn't have.
I think this season will determine the next 3 seasons or the next seasons after that, or many seasons to come.
I think our freshman class is going to be it's going to have a huge impact in the next few years and hopefully just make a huge turnaround because I know we have the potential to be really good and we already are showing a lot of it right now and a lot of it's coming from our freshman class, I think.